Hey, what's up guys, and thanks for tuning into the channel. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the Walmart exclusive from 1996 Transformers Beast Wars, the Evil Predacon Megatron. But before we get into any of that, if you haven't yet already done so, be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss another awesome review. Now, let's get started with the box. So as you can see, this is a very nice homage to how the box was initially. This was the box design that they had back in 1996. And we even got the nice Kenner logo down here. We got Beast Wars Transformers, sprays water cannon blast. We got our classic Megatron in the window here with the classic box art, even showing the Batwing alien head there. We got the missiles in the back. On the top, we see T-Rex turns into Evil Predacon Commander robot. On the side, we got our classic red lizard eye that was pretty much iconic for Beast Wars packaging. Same thing on the other side, it's the exact same thing. On the back here, first we see all the other reissues that we've got so far. So far I've actually only been able to find Megatron. I haven't been able to find Optimus Primal, Cheetor, or Rat Trap. You can see these two guys are Ultra and these two guys are Mega. Even though I believe back in the day, I'm pretty sure Cheetor was like a Deluxe and this guy was like a Scout because Rat Trap was like this big. So pretty cool designs, pretty much. And I think these are the photos from back in the day as well, because we see Megatron actually has a silver head, but as we see in the figure in a sec, he actually has a black one. So I'm thinking this is actually the old stock photos that they had back in the day. We see up here with biogenetic engineering, the Transformers have created a perfect cybernetic fusion between ferocious animals and mechanical technology. The result, heroic Maximals versus evil Predacons. And here on the side, we got Megatron's tech spec cards. We got strength is 10, intelligence 9, speed is 10, and fire blast is 10. You can see, just read a little bit. Function, Predacon Commander, duplicating dinosaur DNA stolen from human research labs. The evil leader Megatron has re-engineered his body structure and equipped it with fearsome high-tech firepower. So yeah, that's it for the box. Let's take a quick look at the bottom. So you can see Beast Wars Transformers, just a bunch of warnings and signs, and yeah, that's it for the box. So let's get this box out of the way. And let's bring in our Megatron. And you're probably thinking, how the hell did I do that? Don't worry. I got two figures. One I'm just going to keep in the box just to kind of keep and see maybe down in the future, see what happens with that. And this one is the one that I opened. As we can see, we got this nice green paint down the back. We got the yellow paint on the underside. Got these toes nicely painted. And we got the teeth nicely painted as well as red eyes. But other than that, that's pretty much it for paint in beast mode. Very, very cool. We got a nice feature just like the old days where if you open his mouth, he would squirt water from his tongue if you actually kind of load it up with water. And to do that, you would just take this throat piece and just rip it right out, rip out his throat. And then here we see we got this kind of retractable gun kind of thing. And this is where you would put in the water. You would pop this piece off, pour in the water, and then you could squirt out the water like this. Or, to make it more fun, you would slide his tongue back into his mouth. Make sure everything lines up properly. And make sure that snaps in. And then when you open his mouth, he will squirt water. But other than that, his arms are articulated just at the shoulders. Knees, there's some articulation there and there. They can rotate all the way around. Toes can bend down that much. And tail is completely locked in. So that's pretty much, oh, right. The neck does swivel around 360, so that's pretty cool. But other than that, that's it for the articulation. He does have his missile firing feature in robot mode as well. And to do that, we're just going to extend these hip pieces and rotate them down. Here we see I already have the missile installed. And basically all we're going to do to shoot that is just press this purple button here on the side. And we got our shooting missiles. I'm just going to do that for the other side so we can get these out. Same thing. Press that button. Boom. Pretty good springs, so very, very nice. And as you can see, these are just the missiles that he comes with. They look like giant harpoons. No paint on them whatsoever, but still nice. Back in the day, all these toys had some kind of feature because that's what, I guess, captured kids' attention the most. So, completely understandable. Now, for some quick comparisons, here I'm just going to put him back to the side. Here he is next to the latest incarnation of Beast Wars Megatron. This is the Kingdom version. pretty hefty because it has a lot of rubber. And of course, this is very, very realistic looking, whereas this one, I don't even know how to describe it. It's just, I guess, a design that they had back in the day. So I guess looks pretty well. And of course, we can't have this comparison without the almighty masterpiece Megatron here. And see if I can space these guys out so you can take a look at all three of them at once. There's that. Now, to get down to transformation, the transformation for these old figures are extremely, extremely easy. Now, the first thing we're going to do is I'd like to just get these little hands out of the way so they're not in the way of anything. Next, if it hasn't already done so, just from the pressure, you would split the back halves, just like that. And then we would take our nail and just open these tabs on the side. And because this tail is spring-loaded, it should just pop out kind of like so. Kind of pops out like that, and then you can kind of just, if you want to, use your thumb, just close that down like that. The ratchet is very soft, so you don't have to worry about breaking it. I feel like that's a change that they made from back in the day. I remember the original figure that I had, I never bought this figure new in stores. I got it from a yard sale. The ratchet was very, very tight, or like sharp clicks, and this is very soft, so that's really good. And then we get this arm out of the way. We take this other hand, kind of just extend that a little bit too, get it out of the way. We would take this chest flap, fold that down, fold that back. At this point, I would kind of extend these legs all the way out, just like that, and straighten that out, turn this around, and I would take this hip flap, move it forward just like that. We're gonna do the same on the other side, extend this all the way down. This is quite a sharp ratchet, so that's pretty good. Rotate that around, get our hip flap forward just like that. Then what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this whole upper body piece, pull that right out just like that. And we're gonna come around, we're going to grab our head, we're gonna flip that up, lock it into place on both sides, just like so. Then we're going to take this upper torso, we're gonna rotate that 90 degrees. We wanna get these hip flaps out of the way. Sometimes they can be a little annoying. Just going to rotate that, and then before we actually cinch it in, there's these two little flaps here on the side. I don't know if you can see these. These two black flaps here and here, we want to push them all the way in because they will kind of fit into, it's almost impossible to see on here. But I don't know if you can see that. These two little slots on both sides are going to tap into these little pegs from these side pieces. So we're going to line those up. We're just going to press this back. Also, these two kind of tabs will tap into these holes on the back. So make sure everything is lined up, give it a good press, and make sure it all locks, just like so, on both sides. And we're pretty much done here. Just gotta make sure everything's straight and he can stand. Going to drop this arm down, get these panels kind of situated back, rotate our arm down, and make sure our heels are out. We're just gonna take this, we're gonna flip it out just like that so he can now stand stably. And that is pretty much Megatron all transformed. But you're probably thinking, that does not look like Megatron at all. And you're correct, because this is his alien head. All these old Beast Wars toys had what was known as an alien head. This was never explained in the show, so I don't know why they chose to do that. We see we got a nice design here. It's almost, we can see like battle damage and cracks on his mask. He's got these little spikes on the back and this big unicorn spike in the front as well. We look closely, we can even see the red eyes. I don't know if the camera can pick that up. The red eyes through the eye hole right there. Oh, there we go. We can see a little bit of that red eye right there. And of course his mouth is exposed as well. And to reveal his actual face, we're just going to take our fingernail, split it down the middle. These are on soft, I guess, ratchets, and they will just kind of hold their position just like that. And here we got Megatron with his cartoon accurate, I guess, accurate head. Very, very shiny, very, very black. And this is where I was saying that you see how this head is actually black. This is actually more cartoon accurate, I would think, than the old one, which was a very, very bright silver. But the photos on the back of the box depicted his head as being silver, so I'm thinking that's why the photos on the back of the box are actually old stock photos from 1996. So yeah, there's Megatron for you there. Very, very cool figure. Very blocky and chunky, just like how he was back in the day. But of course, that's to be expected from a figure that is 25 years old. I don't think they did any kind of modifications to this guy. The only changes are paint. Just a little bit of paint tweaks. I actually had to do some surgery on this guy right out of the box because one of his hips was installed backwards and it didn't have this ratchet. I think it was this hip where it was just like very, very soft and it would not hold in place. So I had to unscrew these screws back here, take this leg off, and then take that hip piece, turn it around, and then screw it back on. Pretty simple fix because they're all screws, unlike some of the recent figures nowadays where they started using pins. Yeah, very nice. Let's go over articulation real quick. Head is on a ball joint. Shoulders are on ratchets. You can probably hear that. Same on the other side. Shoulders on the right arm. He has a swivel, or sorry, a hinge right here, right in the shoulder. He also has a hinge kind of at the bicep as well. And he also has a rotation, I hold this rotation at the bicep. Now, you can also utilize the neck joint for the T-Rex here as well. And of course, we also got the mouth opening gimmick on this side. Now, for the other side, we got another hinge at the shoulder. We got a bicep swivel right here. And we got a big elbow bend on this side. This side does have the gimmick in which if you push this black kind of post here, it will kind of retract this clawback a little bit. So I just gotta make sure this is working properly. Sometimes it doesn't like to work, so just like that. Pretty cool gimmick. Now, getting into the waist, we have a waist rotation here. It's kind of on a soft ratchet. We got our legs that kick forward, that's just below 90. Very, very tight ratchet, I like that. And kick back to past 90. Get these kind of back flaps out of the way and get this hip flap out of the way. We can get him all the way up to 90. And knees are on a complete swivel and they bend up to just over 90 degrees. And of course, toes can bend down. They can't really bend up. And I guess you could call this articulation, but the heel can actually go up this far, although that is completely useless and impractical because he would not be able to stand. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Hip guns are on swivels. They can pop out as well. And I don't think you can actually remove them. So yeah, pretty simple articulation for a pretty simple but yet nice vintage figure from 1996. All right, let's take a quick look at some comparisons for Megatron here. Here I have him next to the latest incarnation of this figure, or this character rather, and that is the Kingdom version, as well as what I would say personally is the best incarnation of this figure, being the Masterpiece version. Very, very nice. And here we have him next to the other Walmart reissues that are released. Of course, there are rumors of a Scorponok reissue that should hopefully be popping up soon, but that has yet to be confirmed at the time of this recording. So yeah, there's the whole team that we got right now. Let's get these guys out of the way. So yeah, that's my review of the Walmart exclusive reissue of the 1996 Megatron. It's a very, very nice figure, very well needed reissue of a figure, like I said, for the other guys that are almost impossible to find now at a reasonable price. Yeah, so that's my review of this guy. If you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to let me know by hitting that thumbs up button. And until next time, guys, take care.